All right, it's recording. All right, let's do this. What up, you two? It's your boy Darius. I just kind of moved the monitor on one side from another, because I noticed that my face were in the way of the of the little monitor, of the little screen or monitor or whatever. But so now it's on the other side. But with that being said, we got about to react to 11 straight minutes of NBA Facts Part Six. I already watched Part One and Five, so there's really no point of reacting to it. But we'll react to this one with Johnny Arnett. So let's get to it. Damn, Kobe, rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Michael Jordan. That Hornets team was stacked, though.
Shaquille O'Neal was an absolute beast on the court, made up of muscle mass, fat, and big bones, all in a 7'1" frame.
Yep.
Remember in 2003, at the apex of the Kobe and Shaq drama, when Shaq put on even more weight and showed up to training camp extremely out of shape, which infuriated Kobe? Well, at that point, Shaq was around the ballpark of 350 pounds, which is insane. But believe it or not, he was actually not the heaviest player in NBA history. That title.
Imagine how do folks get that big though? How do folks get I know 350 pounds, that's fat for Shaq. But I know people who are literally are 250 pounds and they're much shorter. So it's like I don't mean to make fun of people or anything, or it just makes me wonder, how do people really get that big? But I digress.
Belongs to the 6'9" center/power forward.
Oh yeah,
Miller.
I remember him.
When Oliver entered the NBA in 1992 as a member of the Phoenix Suns, he weighed only 270 pounds. But over the course of his 9 seasons in the NBA, he put on over 100 extra pounds, reaching as high as 375 pounds, which is also the all-time record. What's probably even more impressive is the fact that he managed to be a pretty decent role player while carrying around all that extra weight. With the Toronto Raptors in 1996, he managed to put up 12.9 points and 7.4 rebounds on 52.6% shooting.
NBA, so...
Not bad for a guy who's literally a Charles Barkley and a half. I always like to talk about how the NBA has become more about three-point shots throughout the years, but no stat may better prove that point than this one. 40 years ago, it was the 1980-81 season, and that year, the San Diego Clippers led all teams that season in three-pointers made, with a total of 132.
I feel like the Clippers should move back to San Diego because, LA is Lakers town. They got this town on lock. But even if they don't want to move back to San Diego, they should move to places like, Las Vegas or something. I don't know.
That was a full 82-game season. This current NBA, which is only a 72-game season, 49 individual players made more three-pointers in a short season than the league-leading San Diego Clippers did in a full season in 1981.
Damn.
Tim Grover is the famous physical trainer of both Michael Jordan and then Kobe Bryant, and he had a very personal relationship with both athletes. In a recent interview, Grover was talking about Kobe Bryant, and he said that in some instances, the two would go out to dinner together, but Kobe would reserve seats for 4 people, not just 2. The first time Kobe did this, Grover was confused, and didn't understand why he reserved the extra seats. Occasionally, familiar faces would greet Kobe and Grover at their table, but when they would want to sit, Kobe would always tell them that those seats were taken. Eventually, Grover point-blank asked Kobe who those seats belonged to, and in summary, he said, "Wherever I go, they go. I bring everything and all of me with me, and those seats are for those individuals because they make me who I am." Grover explains that in Kobe's mind, these were the seats of his alter egos. Yes, Kobe took his alter egos to dinner with him and occasionally ordered drinks for all of them, and Kobe would make sure to drink all 3 drinks before he left. So if you ever hear someone describe...
I never heard that, but okay, no, I was discussing. I don't know if you guys know Myers-Briggs or MBTI, the 16 personality. I was discussing it with my buddy Sam. Shout out to my homeboy Sam right here. We're going when I come out to when I come out to Lancaster, we're gonna do some videos together. But we were discussing this, and obviously Michael Jordan ISTP. It was just cold and callous and everything. And Kobe, and I argued that Kobe was more INTJ. I think Kobe was more intuitive, and he was just more he had the things he had this stuff more together. Jordan, which is cold, and Khaled, it's just they both were jackass though, like in a sense. But that's just what do you guys think? Do you guys know your MBTI? What's your MBTI? Comment down below your MBTI. I'm an INFJ, by the way. It's Sam is ENTP.
He was really, really different. Oscar Robertson is most famously remembered for his triple-double average in 1962.
Oscar Robertson, he's top 5 point guard of all time.
As I think there's only a few people who know that he actually averaged a triple-double over the course of his first 5 seasons of his career.
I knew that.
This is Tyrone Bogues, more commonly known as Muggsy Bogues.
Played in the NBA.
And Muggsy wasn't just a
5'3". He played in the NBA. So how many of us can say we play in the NBA? I can't. He can. And he played there for how many years? He retired 2003. Like correct me if I'm wrong, YouTube, but I know he played like for over a decade.
And skilled basketball player, but he was actually the shortest player in NBA history, standing at only 5'3" tall. That's not the crazy fact, though. What's even more interesting is that the 1987-88 season, he actually was on the same team with the tallest player in NBA history, the 7'7" Manute Bol. The 50-40-90 stat is a remarkable achievement of efficiency. A 50-40-90 season is when a player shoots at least 50% from the field, 40% from three-point range, and 90% from the free throw line over the course of a season. Only 9 players in NBA history have achieved this feat, and these are the 9 players on this list. Now, accomplishing this is very rare and impressive, but another level entirely is what Larry Bird did. From the 1984-85 season through the 1987-88 season, Larry shot 51.7% from the field, 41.4% from three-point range, and 90.1% from the free throw line. That means Larry Legend doesn't just have a 50-40-90 season on his resume, but he has a 4-season stretch of 50-40-90 percentages. During that stretch, he averaged 28.1 points per game. Other than the great Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, no player has ever scored that many points per game in a single season while putting up 50-40-90 percentages. And again, Larry did that over a 4-year stretch. When it comes to being the pinnacle of scoring efficiency, it may not get any higher than Larry Bird. If silly what-ifs count, then one of the greatest and scariest what-ifs of NBA history would be, what if Shaquille O'Neal was actually a good free throw shooter?
That's true.
It's incredible how much this man dominated on a nightly basis without making his free throws. Take the 2000 NBA Finals for example, which is arguably the most dominant final series from a single player of all time. But if Shaq made 80% of his free throws that series, then it would be no contest, as he would have averaged an all-time record of 44.3 points in the finals and added in 16.7 rebounds and 2.7 blocks just for good measure. A while ago, I made a video where I said that Dennis Rodman is arguably the greatest rebounder of all time. I didn't say he was my choice, and I didn't even say that he was my favorite to take that title. I simply stated that he has an argument for that title. Regardless, amidst people who respect Wilt Chamberlain, I got killed in the comments section. It's one thing to talk about a player's rebounds per game or career rebounding totals, but there's other ways to look at this comparison. Wilt Chamberlain may very well be the correct choice, and anybody who follows this channel knows that I love and respect Wilt. But I'm not wavering on the fact that Rodman certainly has an argument, and no stat may better prove that point than this one. Rebound rate, also known as rebound percentage, is a statistic that estimates the percentage of missed shots that a player rebounded while he was actually on the floor. It is worth noting that this is an NBA stat that's been tracked since 1970, which means only 3 of Wilt Chamberlain's rebounding titles are eligible for this list. The highest rebound percentage in NBA history is Dennis Rodman in the 94-95 season, with an average of 29.73%. Rodman by himself has 7 out of the top 20 spots on the all-time list. So the next question is, where is Wilt Chamberlain's best eligible season? Well, believe it or not, he's actually not in the top 10, or in the top 25, or the top 50, or even the top 100. Wilt Chamberlain's best rebound percentage season puts him in only 154th place on the all-time list. Rasheed Wallace was famous for his explosive personality, and for being the all-time record holder in ejections and for technical fouls in a single season.
That
But he
never
was
gonna
also
happen
a
again.
really great player, and his greatest team accomplishment came in 2004, as his Detroit Pistons defeated the Los Angeles Lakers in 5 games to win the NBA championship. He then did the most Rasheed Wallace thing that he could possibly do, and had his championship ring designed to fit his middle finger. That way, he could show it off while also simultaneously giving people the bird.
Nice.
This might be the dumbest, most random, biggest stretch of a stat that I've ever shared in any of these videos. But regardless, I think it's interesting enough to share. Tom Brady is the best player in his sport, and he is currently 43 years old. LeBron James is the best player in his sport, and he is currently 36 years old. Now, the thing about Brady is...
I like RDC when he say, I'm 36! I'm 36! Oh my gosh, check out that video when RTC World when James Harden got traded to the Nets.
By the time he was 36 and now 43, his performance hasn't dropped off at all. In fact, if you compare his season at the age of 36 to his season at the age of 43, he actually has more touchdowns, more yards, a better completion percentage, and a better touchdown to interception ratio at the age of 43. So at the very least, he's maintained his level of play. So this brings us back to LeBron. If LeBron can maintain this level of play at only 45 games a season until he's 43 years old, just like Tom Brady, then LeBron would end his career with 43,249 points, which is easily the most in NBA history. He would have 12,173 rebounds, which would put him just outside the top 20 on the all-time list, and he would have 12,146 assists, which would make him second on the all-time assist list, only behind John Stockton. Theoretically, that's a pretty crazy resume, to say the least. If you're ever cut from your high school basketball team, just remember, so was Michael Jordan, and he turned out to have a pretty incredible career. But what if you're cut from your basketball team twice? Well, you still shouldn't lose hope completely, because so was Charles Barkley, who was cut in his freshman year and again in his sophomore year, and yet he went on to be one of the greatest players of all time at his position. Shaquille O'Neal was a powerful specimen, and he had a bit of a reputation of destroying backboards. But believe it or not, he actually isn't the NBA player who pioneered this trend. That would be the man known as Chocolate Thunder, Daryl Dawkins.
I remember
The first time he did it was in 1979 against the Kansas City Kings. It seems like a cool thing now, and fans certainly loved it at the time, but Dawkins caught a lot of heat for it, as it took nearly an hour and a half to clean up the court and replace the basket so that they could resume play. This took place in Kansas City, though, and Dawkins recalled several 76ers fans telling him that he needed to do it again for the home crowd. So, just 3 weeks later in Philadelphia, Dawkins did it again, and later admitted that he was trying to break the backboard the second time. The NBA commissioner at the time was Larry O'Brien, and he called Dawkins that evening and told him to be in his office the following day. There he told Dawkins that he would fine him $5,000 for each time he broke the backboard from that point on. As a result, that was the last time Dawkins ever broke the backboard. Which one of these facts do you think was the most interesting? And as always, do you have any new facts to share with the rest of us? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching as always. Make sure to like and subscribe for more basketball content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Alright, thank you guys for watching. That was it. Great video from Johnny Arnett. You guys like what you watch, subscribe to him. And you guys like what you watch from me, subscribe to me. I'm trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber. That is one of my hardest things to do, is to get that 1,000 subscriber, but I can do it. So it might take me some time. I just don't want it to take me like 6 freaking months to get 1,000 subscriber. But if you guys like what you watch, thank you guys, and peace, love, and rock and roll.